Hey, welcome to this episode of Beauty to Bank. My name is Season Bennett and I am your host for the day. Okay, and we are going to be talking about the fast track for success. Welcome to Beauty to Bank. Each week, I hope to inspire, motivate you, and inform you about how to make money without standing behind the chair. I help established beauty professionals learn how to package up their expertise and turn it into digital products so they can avoid, right? So beauty professionals can avoid burnout behind the chair. Okay, come on in, come on in. Now I have started doing something a little bit different here. I love this new platform. I hope you guys do as well. So I want to have an interactive conversation. If you want to go ahead and participate, I'd love to share your comments. Let us know where you're joining in from. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I work with students all over the world to help them set up their own online systems and schools and all that good stuff. And to help because, for me, I have a huge background in technology and I struggled to hit that six-figure mark with my digital products alone. Ever since in 2015, I wrote my book, The Social Barber, and I really didn't have a plan for this, to be honest. I didn't have a plan for what my business model was going to be. I just knew that I wanted to help beauty professionals learn how to market themselves with social media. And so that's kind of where I started, and it really morphed into something else. As I kept educating myself about social media, I started taking classes from other people online, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a thing. Like you can take classes like this online. I was like, oh yes, this is for me right here. Like I need that. And so that's kind of where I got started. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to do this. Sorry, Siri is listening. Okay. Siri is listening all the time, okay? But I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is a job. This is something that people do." And so I said, "I want to do this too." And I want to dispel some misconceptions that I even had myself. When I first started, I thought, this is going to be a piece of cake. Like I'm very technical. Like that's not an issue for me, the technology. So I'm like, this is no big deal. Okay? But guess what? Technology is not the issue. There's some other issues that I'm going to help you with and I'm going to talk to you about today. If you want the fast track for success, okay? If you want the fast track for success, go ahead and drop a ready in the comments, okay? I loved it. Like I said, I love to make this interactive and I want to make sure that, everyone is getting what they want over here, okay? Because guess what? There's now for those of you guys who have an online school, and you have pre-recorded your class and you posted it, I can bet money, okay? I hope I'm wrong, but I could bet money that you're not selling a lot of your classes, okay? And I know because it happened to me, okay? The same exact thing happened to me, so I totally understand, all right? So, without further ado, okay, let's go ahead and get going on this, okay? So we're talking today about the fast track for success, okay? So now, for those of you guys who feel like, I'm coming out of nowhere, like, how will anybody know who I am? Okay. How will anybody know who I am? You're right. Okay. You are absolutely right. And that's why, I want to talk to you about this. Okay. So let me share a screen with you here. So these are some of the things that are going to help you and give you the fast track for success. Okay. So when you are looking, if you are coming out of nowhere, guess what? It's easy. This is something that can still be done, but you do have to have the strategy. Okay. You absolutely have to have the strategy. All right. So one of the things that you absolutely and totally need to have is you need to have authority. Okay. You need to have authority. It's really hard for you to be able to start selling anything, like selling any of your digital products if you don't have authority. Okay, so how do you establish authority? There's some quick things and some easy things that you could do. Okay, so some of them are you can get authority by your association with other people. So let me tell you what I mean. Okay, if you have other people who have an audience, okay, if you know other people who have an audience, they can help you gain authority. Okay. If you have other people, let's say for instance, you work with an influencer, you have helped an influencer, you have helped somebody else that has an audience, and they will vouch for you. Okay. And so a lot of times when I do partnerships with other people, when you partner with somebody, you need to have one of two things. You need to have an audience or you need to have the knowledge. Okay. So if you're the one that's coming with the knowledge and you don't have the audience, partner with somebody. There's tons of influencers out here who have huge audiences and they don't know how to monetize it. They don't have anything to teach, okay? But if you can create a partnership with them, that will create instant authority for you. Okay? It'll be instant authority and it'll actually make it so that they can actually go ahead and you can hack their audience. Okay? You can actually go ahead and hack their audience, okay? Meaning that you can take the people that are watching them, the people that are believe them, the people that, follow them, and they can say, "Hey, listen." They're going to give them, I like to call it a warm introduction where they're like, "Hey, this is my friend over here. They're cool. You need to listen to them. They know what they're talking about." Okay? So that's one way to establish authority, okay? And that's one of the quickest ways. If you're coming out of nowhere, that is one of the absolute quickest ways for you to establish authority is to hack somebody else's um to hack somebody else's audience, okay? Because I'm going to tell you guys this and I'm saying this in different kind of ways because I need you guys to get this, okay? If you don't have authority, it's really hard for you to go ahead and start teaching classes online and really start making the kind of money that you want to make, okay? Let me know in the comments how much money that you want to make online. Okay? Let me know what's your goal for your digital content. So whether or not you're teaching classes, you're selling templates, you're selling ebooks, whatever type of digital content that you're selling, tell me in the comments how much money that you want to make. Okay? Because one of the first things we absolutely need to have authority. You can sell some onesie twosies, but once your family members buy everything, we got to go deeper than that. Okay? We have to have authority so we can get to the next level. Okay? So, all right, Mika said she wants to make 100,000 in 2022. For sure. Okay, for sure. It is absolutely reachable goal. That's why I want to talk to you guys about this because it took me 4+ years to get to that point, and it doesn't have to take you that long. Okay. Layla Berry says $1,000 a day, which ends up being $30,000 a year. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, let me know what your goal is. All right. Okay, another thing that you're gonna need if you wanna get this fast track to success, okay? You're gonna need systems, okay? If you don't have a system, guys, if you don't have a system, okay? If you don't have a system, it makes it really hard, okay, to scale up, okay? So I always plan to have too many people that I can manually do anything, okay? I plan big, okay? Because it's harder to change your systems after if you get an influx of people, okay? So let me give you an example, okay? So let's say you start selling your classes online and let's say you're selling your class for $100, okay? Okay. Okay. Let's say you're selling your class for $100. All right. Now, guess what happens? Okay. If you sell it, you sell 10. Okay. So that's pretty good. You made your $1,000 that Layla was talking about. You made your $1,000 for the day, right? And maybe you have an ebook and you're selling it for $100, right? Could be done. Okay. I think about Nipsey Hustle, thousand, right? The $100 mixtape, right? So let's say you do that, but then you've got people that have supported you, right? You've got people in your family, you've got family members or whatever. But when you really want to have longevity in your career, you want to really be able to sustain that $100,000 a year, you want to be able to make that $30,000 a month that we've been talking about, okay? If you want to do those things, okay? If you want to do those things, you're going to need to have some systems in place so that you can reach other people and so that you can go ahead and you can reach the masses. Okay. You have to have systems in place. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. You have to have some systems. So let's talk about what the systems are. When you have systems in place, you're able to accept money without talking to people. Okay. So let me talk to you about what I mean because I've been seeing a lot of people making this mistake. Okay. So, people are saying, cash at me. All right. People are saying, cash at me to pay, right? People don't want to pay the fees. Maybe they don't understand the tech part. So they're saying, cash at me. Let me tell you what the problem is. They're saying, Venmo me. Let me tell you what happens when you do it like that. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's smart. I'm avoiding fees. I'm getting it done. Let me tell you what the problem is. Okay. That's cool when you have 10 sales. Okay. What if you have 100 sales? Each person, and I will tell you this, I have done that before. A lot of people like the convenience, but I have people who paid They didn't send me their email address. I wasn't able to give them access. They never even contacted me again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know what to do with this. Okay. And so I don't like to create more work for myself. Okay. When you were doing digital content and you were doing these things online, okay, you are trying to create freedom. You're trying to create passive income. Nowhere is it passive of you manually going back and forth with 100 people. Okay, yeah, 100 people at $100 each, that makes $10,000, and that's great. But I don't want you working harder. I want you working smarter. Okay, so some of the systems that you need to have is you need to be able to accept payments on autopilot. Okay, so you have to have those things in place. Okay, so you have to be able to accept payments on autopilot. The next thing, okay, these are just some of the systems, okay? These are just some of the systems that you need to have in place. You need to have order bumps and upsells, okay? So what does that mean? When somebody's got their card in their hand, they've got their money, they're ready to pay, I would pull some money out, but I never have cash because I accept it all online, okay? I've got my systems in place. So you're going to need to have a way that you can offer them other products. Okay. When somebody has already purchased from you, it's the easiest thing in the world to sell to that same person. All right. So you need to have a system for that. And you'll hear a lot of people talking about sales funnels. That's a way where you can add order bumps and upsells. Okay. That's how you do it. You can add order bumps and upsells. All right, to what you're doing. Okay. So I'll give you an example. I have an ebook class. If you go to ebookin7days.com, you'll see my ebook class there, right? Then what happens, right, when somebody goes to purchase the ebook, I have a funnel template. Okay. So I in the funnel, I'm giving a funnel template. So that's they can add a little bit more. They add a little bit more to the cart. Then after that, when they go to the last page, I say, hey, do you want to do a webinar on autopilot? I've got that as an upsell. So there's an order bump and an upsell. Okay. And it allows people who are interested in selling content online to keep adding more things to their cart. Kind of think about it like when you go to any store, right? Guys, listen, the systems are there. We're looking at them every day, but we're not paying attention. Okay. I went to Best Buy. I have these big monitors in front of me right now. Okay, huge. I feel like I could see space from my monitors now. Okay. But basically, what happens, I went to Best Buy to buy them. When I went into Best Buy, what's one of the first things they say to you? Can we have your email address? Hello. Okay. Listen, guys, listen. Everything that I'm telling you, you can do it just like a huge corporation. Okay. So you have to be able to accept people's email address. Okay. So I go up to the register to check out. Hey, can we get your email address? Sure. Okay. Give them my email address so I can get, stay on the mailing list. I can get the coupons. I can get the points. Okay. Then what happens, they say, hey, do you want to add on protection? Right? It's like an order bump. Okay, they're already doing these same things and you can do it as well. So, hey, do you want to add protection onto this monitor? No, thank you. Okay. Would you like to add on, Geek Squad, assistance or whatever? So they keep adding on similar items to build up the ticket price. What else do they have? When you go to the register, they have a whole bunch of stuff right around the register. There's snacks, right? There are snacks. There's little things that don't cost a lot, okay? That are right next to the register. You're already going to pay, but they have little things that are sitting right there, right next to the register. So you can go ahead and add those things into your cart and build your ticket price up, okay? That's how it works. That's how it works online. There's nothing different here, okay? Absolutely nothing different here, all right? So, we are talking, if you guys have just been joining right now, we are talking about how you can the fast track to your success, okay, online. I always talk about digital content. I'm so passionate about it. I know that the beauty industry has been underserved in this way, and I really want to break these things down. I like to say that I break it down to the baby food and make it really easy for you to digest and understand, okay? So we're talking about some of the things that you need, and I want to keep it real with you, okay? I don't sometimes I might step on some toes, but I like to keep things really real with you and let you know how it really works in the world, okay? Because a lot of people they're not telling the truth. Okay. A lot of people are just making it seem like, hey, if you could just post this online, you're going to make, you're going to make a lot of money, right? All you have to do is record this and put it out there, and a whole bunch of people are going to buy it. Okay. And those of you guys who have done that, you're like, yeah, that didn't work out too well. Okay. If you don't have an audience, it is going to be very hard for you to just create something and post it and have people buy. Okay. So we're going over some of the keeping it real. Okay. I'm really want to keep it real and tell you why, if you do have those products and they have not been selling, I want to tell you why. Okay. I want you to understand why they haven't been selling. Okay. So far we have talked about you have to have authority, and I've talked to you about some ways to build authority. We've talked to you about systems. Okay. And I've explained some of the systems that I have. The majority of the systems that I'm using a tool called Kajabi. Okay. Now I will tell you that Kajabi handles a lot of things for me. I have some automated emails that go out. It has the funnels in there. There's landing pages. I'm able to accept payments. I'm able to order, bump, upsell, set up automations. I'm going to be moving my Beauty to Bank show over to Kajabi as a podcast. So someone might be listening to this in the future as a podcast. They might hear me talking to you. Okay. So these are some of the goals that I have for 2022. Okay. So let's talk about something else that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here. Um, and also feel free to go ahead and let me know if you have questions as well. Okay. So another thing that you're going to need is a team. Okay. You don't need, now, one of the things I really do love is that when you're doing digital content, you don't need a huge team. Okay. You don't need a huge team. All right. But as I said before, one of my goals for you is to help you establish a freedom based lifestyle. Okay. A lifestyle that doesn't matter where you are. You could be on vacation. Okay. I want you to visualize yourself on vacation. Let me know, where do you want to go? Let me know. Let's see where everybody wants to go. Okay. Where do you want to go on vacation? I have never been to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. Okay. Just because I've never been there before. Okay. Um, so let's say I'm on vacation in Hawaii, right? Let's say I'm there for about a week. I don't want to miss my Beauty to Bank weekly show, okay? So one of the things that I could do is I could take an hour out of my vacation and I could get on my computer, right? Which I'm on right now. I'm on my laptop right now. I could get on my laptop and I could do my show live from Hawaii, right? I could stop for 20, 30 minutes or whatever, do my show, and then go off and go surfing, sunbathing, shopping, whatever there is to do. Okay. And I see a lot of you, of you guys out here that are, you guys have some other exciting places that you guys want to go. Okay. Let me highlight some of the people here. I see Sarai wants to go to Germany. All right. And G Marie wants to go, the cosmetology coach wants to go to Bali. Okay. So all amazing, great places. Okay. So if you want to go anywhere that you want to go, okay, can you guys imagine just being able to go and your business is still running? Can you guys imagine that? Okay, crazy, right? But it can be done. It's a kind of lifestyle. This digital content and selling this, it's a lifestyle. Okay, it is a different lifestyle. I'm not going to tell you that you don't have to work, but guess what? You can get other people to work for you. And that's why I said that you need a team. Okay, because everything I do, I want to figure out, how do we get more freedom? Okay. And so what happens is you build a team. Now, I know some of you guys are saying, well, how can I afford to build a team if I'm not making the money that I want to make? It's one of those things. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. So let me talk to you about how this thing works. Okay. So when you're looking online, some of the people that um, some of the biggest companies in the world are using what's called virtual assistants. Okay, now when I worked in corporate America, they called them offshore resources. Okay, which is, if they don't want to say a virtual assistant, because guess what, regular people get a virtual assistant. Okay, we're regular people, but anybody in the world can work with the same people that, a Bank of America, a Google, an Apple company, like the biggest corporations in the world are using the same people, and you can use them also. Okay. Does that not, like, if that blows your mind, please drop a mind blown emoji in the comments. Okay. So I know sometimes people look down and think, oh, they're not going to be as good because, I'm paying them $3, $4, $5 an hour. They're the same people that multi-billion dollar corporations are using. They're literally the exact same people. Okay. They're the exact same people and they can work for you. Okay. And this is one of the biggest ways to build your team quickly, especially when you're still not making the money that you want to make. Okay. You have to have a team. Now, the team, let's talk about what kind of things they can do for you. Because when I talk about virtual assistants, I know sometimes people are like, well, I don't quite know what that means. Okay. I don't quite know what that means. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of things that they can do for you. And remember everything that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about how to give you more freedom. Okay. Everything I'm doing is to give you more freedom. Okay. Remember, this is a lifestyle. Doing digital content as it's a lifestyle. Okay. So we want more freedom. Okay. So these are some of the things they can do. They can respond to your emails. They can check your emails for you. They can check if somebody has a question or a comment in your class. Okay. They can, have you guys ever taken an online class and you have a question? You can type the comment right, in the comments box right below. You can actually go ahead and type a question. Your virtual assistants can respond to those questions. Okay. Okay. They can do that. So you don't have to worry about it. If they have a question they can't answer, they can just reach out to you and say, hey, I'm not quite sure how to answer this question. Okay. Your virtual assistants can check your DMs. They can respond to any kind of trouble tickets. Now, I'll tell you guys the biggest, like, I have had my online school since 2015. The number one question, about 90% of my customer service issues are, I don't know how to log in and look at what I bought. Okay? That's literally, it's some format of that. I don't know how to view the content that I purchased. I watched it once, I can't find it again. And it's all boiled down to they don't remember how to log in, or sometimes people will have, a lot of times people will create two different accounts if they purchase on two different times. Okay. So I don't have a huge number of customer service issues, but your team can monitor those and take care of it. So if somebody has two different accounts, they can say, hey, they can reach out to the person and communicate with them and say, hey, which account would you like to log in with? Okay, we're going to add all of your products into that one account so you don't have to log into two different places to watch your different classes. Okay, right? It's not a lot, but see, this is where the team comes in. Remember, what do we want? I keep saying it. I keep saying it. What type of lifestyle do we want with digital content? Because it is a lifestyle. I want you to get that through your head. Okay? It's not a job. It's a lifestyle. Okay? It is definitely a lifestyle, okay? So what do we want? I'm looking here in the comments to see. I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention, all right? We want a freedom-based lifestyle. Okay? It's freedom based. That's what we want. We want freedom. Okay? So if you're feeling, chained behind the chair, if you're feeling like, gosh, I can't go on vacation. Now it's the holidays. I'm not going to be able to, a lot of people when it comes to holidays, and I had to get used to this when I married a barber, okay? And it was frustrating when we were dating. I'm not going to lie, because what happened is that a lot of times, anytime that it was a holiday, right? Anytime that it was a holiday, for other people, guess what? That meant that, I had to wait. Okay? Like, hey, we're leaving on vacation. We're gonna go, to California to visit some relatives. We're gonna go to Texas. We're gonna go somewhere to visit people for the holidays. I have to wait. Okay, I had to wait to see, okay, when is the last appointment? We have to go at the last possible minute. Is there a last minute person coming? It doesn't matter. It gets annoying. It gets frustrating, right? Because that means that anytime it's a holiday, that means that you're super busy and your holidays for you and your family gets put on the back burner, right? Okay. And really, most of the really successful barbers and hairstylists and makeup artists and nail techs and all of those people in the beauty industry, right? The reason why they became successful is because they made those types of sacrifices, okay? But when you have digital content, you can have a team. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, okay? Now, if I tell you guys this secret, right? And I should have talked about this one when we were talking about systems, okay? But if I let you guys in on this secret, do you guys promise that you guys are still going to join me on Beauty to Bank? You guys promise you're still going to share my post? You guys promise you're still going to support me? Do you guys promise that you guys still have my back? Okay? Because I always, everything I do here, I always want to give you guys the real deal, the stuff that nobody talks about. But if I tell you some of the secrets, I don't want you guys to feel like you guys don't want to come to my show. So I just want to make sure that it's okay that I can share some of these things with you guys. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Okay. Uni for hair says, I promise. I promise. Okay. So if I take one step back and I talk to you about, right? If I talk to you about systems, okay? If I talk to you about systems again, and remember, we're talking about the fast track to success. We're talking about creating a freedom based lifestyle. We're talking about selling digital content, making six figures with digital content. Okay. So, guess what, guys? I'll tell you guys a secret. I can pre record these live broadcasts. Okay. So if I'm not responding to you sometimes just in the moment, just know that it doesn't mean that I don't hear you and I won't see your comments later. Okay. Now I am live right now. I am physically live right now. Okay. Um, okay. Yes, that was Lisa. But the thing is that there are so many systems and automations because I want to be consistent and I need to scale up. And because I don't want to create a situation for myself like what I'm describing to you about with the holidays. Okay. And David said, that's him. David said, yes, I understand it's the holidays and I have to go really hard because, that's what I'm doing. That's me right now. It's the holidays. So I have to spend a lot of time in my barbershop because it's a busy time. Okay. So guess what? I want to be consistent. I want to offer value and I also want to have my freedom-based lifestyle, okay? We need to like put that on a shirt, okay? So that means that if I need to skip a Monday show on Beauty to Bank, I can actually have it go out live. I can pre-record it and have it go out live. I have done that many times. Okay. And I'm not telling you this to trick you. I'm telling you this because I want to inform you. I want to share with you a lot of things that other people don't tell you because I want to let you guys know how deep it goes when it comes to systems. Did you guys know that you can do that? Did you guys know that you can do that? Okay, I know there's times that I have been on live and I've been talking on the phone to somebody else and I'm like, "Oh, just kicking back. I don't have any makeup on. I'm just chilling." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube." Okay? And it's not to trick you. It's because I want to be consistent, but I also want freedom, okay? Have you guys ever felt like some days like, "Man, like I really kind of don't feel like doing that." Okay. Have you guys ever felt like, man, I need a mental health day? You guys ever felt like that? Okay. I have. I have many times. All right. And so you can take those as long as you have your systems in place. Okay. As long as you have your systems in place. Okay. So, all right. All right. So let's talk about some of the other things. We're talking about the cheat code and the fast track to success here. Okay. Um, All right. So one of the other things that, gosh, I wish I had had, to be honest, like this is something I totally, gosh, I wish that I had had this. Okay. And this would have made a world of difference for me and getting to the six figures quickly. Okay. Um, Let me show you here. Okay. Mentorship. All right. And the crazy part about it with the mentorship, there was just small questions that I had. If I had somebody that I had been able to ask a question of, I know I could have executed on my own, but I didn't have anyone to ask. I didn't have somebody that, you know, I didn't have anybody that, I could ask. I didn't have anybody that I trusted. Some people, to be honest, online, I didn't like the way they were moving, and I was like, it doesn't seem. I didn't like it myself. Okay, and I was like, I didn't feel like they could give me the mentorship and the things that I needed. I didn't feel like I had somebody to ask me the questions. Okay, um, and so that was something that I struggled with. Okay, so when I say mentorship, I mean, you know, having somebody there. Okay. Now, no matter what you want to call it, I know people like to call mentor, coaching, whatever it is, somebody who has already done what you want to do and they can show you how to get there. They literally understand the ups and the downs. They understand, why you shouldn't do it because they've made mistakes. I do think it's important to find mentors that have made mistakes. If you have mentors that have not made mistakes, I feel like um, they're not going to be as effective for you. I feel like they're not going to be able to give you all of the information that you need because they really don't understand why they're doing something. Okay. A lot of times when you make mistakes, you say, oh, that's why we do it that way. Okay. I get it now. Okay. So I know sometimes it could be very discouraging to make a mistake, but sometimes it's really a blessing because it shows you, that's why we do it like that. That's why that didn't work. That's why I need to do something different. Okay. Um, so mentorship has, once I started connecting with other people who had accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, that was a game changer for me. Okay. So if you look, 2020, it took me, gosh, over 4 years, right, to get to six figures of my digital content alone. Okay. And then when you got to 2021, I was able to get to six figures in the first, within like a little bit past the first quarter. Okay. And so it is absolutely doable. Okay. Have I made some mistakes? Yes. That I have learned from this year? Yes. But getting to six figures, that is not the hard part. Okay. I want to tell you guys that right now. Getting to six figures is not the hard part. Okay. But you need the steps and you need to. A lot of times, what happened is that people are watching from the outside and they think they know what's happening. All right. A lot of times, and that was something that, I struggled with. I thought, okay, I can see what they're doing. There was a lot of things once I was able to tap into some other networks, I was able to find out like, dang, okay, now I get it. I understand. There's a strategy. Okay? The strategy was more important than actually executing. Okay, does that make sense? The strategy was the important thing and that was something that I was missing. Okay? So, now, one of the things that I have right now is that I actually will be working with 10 people over 2022. And for those people, I'm going to be sharing with them, right? And I'm going to be mentoring them on how to get to six figures faster. Okay. Now, that is the whole point of doing all of the stuff that we're doing right now is making sure that we can get there faster, right? What is the point, right? If we can't get there faster. And so I have my this is going to be my first cohort of my mentorship program. Okay, this is not a limited amount of people. I'm not taking more than 10 people. Okay, and I might not even take 10 people to be honest, but I'm going to be working with them very closely to do these things that we talked about. Okay, so let me kind of show you what are some of the components. Okay, um, let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So here we've got, and so it's the Lux Way, okay, is my mentorship program. And it shows you what are the fastest ways for you to go about making six figures online, okay? It's the fast way, okay? It's not the easy way, it's the fast way, okay? It's a proven method that works for sure, okay? So, some of the things we talked about this, okay? So there's different phases that we're going to be working in each month, okay? I mean each quarter. So the first one is the boss builder. And so I'm going to help each person create their signature group coaching program just like I have with the six-figure business systems, okay? That's something I'm going to be working with each person. That's why you see why I can't have a lot of people. It's very detailed, it's very personal, okay? Something different for each person. The next one is the authority builder. I'm going to help each person have their own virtual conference, okay, and help them with the strategy behind having their virtual conference online. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to help them build their systems, build their team, and kind of make sure that they're optimizing what they have because you have to be ready for a lot of people. You have to have some things in place in order to be ready. You cannot in your current state, okay? Because there's some people that sometimes they're like, oh, can I just use, I don't want to name any names, some other types of software. And I'm like, you're not going to be able to accept these things. Okay. If you don't have your system set up right, you can't even make the amount of money that you want to make. Okay. So you have to have some things set up. We have to evaluate your systems and make sure that you've got your team in place. And guess what? When you've got your team in place, we have to make sure that your team knows what they're supposed to be doing. Okay. And guess what? We're going to have the legacy builder. And this is where each person gets to have their own luxury retreat, like I did. Okay. This is the fast track to six figures online. This is how to get there faster. And it's a program where I will be working with each person and making sure that their brand, their systems, that they have all of the steps, like it's really plug and play. Okay. It's really plug and play, and it's not something where necessarily you would have to, um, you don't have to think about a lot of things. All right. It's like, hey, this is a proven system. This is what you need to do. Don't think about it too much. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on real quick. It looks like, oh, sometimes it's happened. There we go. I was like, my camera's a little out of focus. All right. So, yes, so I want to see. So, if you look in the description here, I do have an application. If that sounds like something that you're looking to do, if you are looking to change your lifestyle, if you want more time with your kids, my daughter is 11, and listen, this is her first year of middle school. I'm like, oh my gosh, like middle school has been a lot already, right? We're not even halfway through the year of sixth grade. And I'm like, man, I'm just so grateful that I have more freedom in my life that I can kind of jump and run to the school. And the school is a good distance from my house. Okay. But I'm glad that I'm in a position where I can spend more time with her. I can be more present at school. I can pay more attention to what's going on. Those are some of the things. I'm glad that I am home. I've been doing a lot of stuff to prepare my house for the holidays. And I can get off of here and run to Target and go grocery shopping and do all those types of things. So I'm super excited, that I have that freedom-based lifestyle. Okay. Now, somebody asked me, how is this different from the six-figure business systems? Okay. The six-figure business is amazing, and it is proven. And everyone who teaches, you know, 1 to 2 classes, right? 1 to 2, most people make all of their money back that they spent to join within teaching their first class. Okay. Some people might take them 2, but it's a proven method. Okay. That works. But I teach you how to do one specific thing. Okay. This is more intense. The Lux program is something that's more intense. It's something where I am taking you with me on a journey. Okay. And that's why the six figure business systems, it's a group coaching program. As many people as want to can join, and they're going to get great help. If they get stuck on technology, I can log into their computer from my computer. But it's different when we are doing the mastermind. A mastermind is something very intense, and that's why people have to apply, because everyone is not ready. Okay. This is not for everyone. Everyone is not ready to make the commitment to, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to get some stuff in place. I don't want to accept people that are not going to do the work. Okay. So I need to screen people in advance and make sure that they understand they have to do the work. Okay. They have to do the work. All right. I don't want to work with people who don't want to work. All right. So hey DL, DL said it definitely worked for me. All right. So yes, I have worked with some people at a one-off smaller basis, but now I'm looking to create this year-long program to help people across the whole of 2022. Okay. So it goes from January 2022 to December of 2022. Okay. So this is an application process. Okay. So if you look in the description, definitely apply. Okay. Now, before I wrap up here with Beauty to Bank for this week, this is the number one place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. Okay. There's nothing wrong with standing behind the chair, but if you were looking for other options, maybe you want to scale back. I know if you guys have ever heard of Princess and Shay, she's been able to scale back to 3 days a week with all of her digital content. And I have so many other success stories of so many other people that have been able to create the type of lifestyle that they want. Okay. I'm not telling you not to stand behind the chair, but if there's something that you want to do differently, I am here to help. Okay. I am here to help. That is what I do. Okay. Um, so let's see here. Oh, DL, thank you so much. DL said, Season is the truth. She changed my online life. Thank you. Okay. And Sarai said, I'm ready to capitalize off my pain. And guess what, guys? That is really your story. The pain that you feel, the frustrations that you have, you need to, if you found a solution for those, That is gold. You share those with other people, right? And the way that you can help more people is with digital content. When you have digital content, guess what? You're not limited to the people who can physically come to you, okay? Guys, literally, I have students in Africa. Okay? Can you guys believe that? I have students who've taken multiple courses from me that live in Africa. They currently live in Africa. Okay. So I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this so you will understand that your message can reach people all over the world. There are people that you will never meet in your whole life and you can change their life. Are you with me on this? Okay? Do you even understand the scope and the power of this tool, of this internet, of having these systems in place? Okay? It's if you have this, Sarai said she has pain that she has experienced. If you have found a solution for that pain, Sarai, it's your duty to help other people. Okay. And let me talk about this. I'm gonna address something here that was a question. I saw some people that were getting upset with some different influencers online and they said, hey, if you're gonna help me, why are you charging? Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay? Let's talk about that for a minute, okay? There's many reasons why people charge. First of all, it took years to learn how to do some things, okay? So if you're looking at a particular mentor and you're saying, "Well, why won't you just teach me how to fade for free? If you can do it so good and you can charge $200 a person, why won't you do it for me for free?" Okay. First of all, it took them years to learn how to do it and how to make that amount of money. Okay. Secondly, guess what? People do not value free information. Mm, think about that. People do not value free information. Okay. Now, if they paid $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, guess what? They're going to be like, this really needs to work. They're going to pay attention. They're going to watch the videos. They're going to practice. They're going to implement because they need their investment to make sense. Okay. People do not value free information. It's so frustrating. It's literally so frustrating. I can tell you this as an educator, it's so frustrating. Okay. Now, another thing from the educator's perspective, okay, if they have done something really well, they've helped a lot of people. Um, Now, guess what? Okay. Now they're super busy. Okay. Now they're super busy. And so their time has become a very valuable commodity. Okay. And we have limited amounts of time. Okay. Each person. So as the mentor, right, as the person who has things to share with other people, they cannot spend as much time on something that is free because maybe they have created a freedom-based lifestyle for themselves. Maybe they've done these things, they've been able to increase their income and make more money in less time so that they can help more people and change their own life. Okay? And let's say me changing my life benefits my family, benefits me and my family and my friends and the people that I want to touch. Okay? Now, nobody owes it to anybody. Okay? Nobody owes it to anybody. Okay? So if you don't want to pay, you have to take advantage of the free information. All right? People prioritize things in their life. Okay? And maybe they can't prioritize some of the free things because maybe they're already doing free things for their community, their friends, their family. You do not get to determine what makes what their priorities are in life. Okay? It's not fair. How many of you guys have ever had someone who felt like you need to do this for them for free? Tell me how you felt about that. Okay? Because I've had some people that wanted to demand some of my time before, and it feels unfair because you're like, hey, this is my life. I get to choose, how I spend my time, my life, and all of that. Okay? And guess what? You also get to choose how you give back. All right? It's not demanded on people. Okay? Um, People will pay for what they want. Okay? Yes, Layla said she was offended, right? I'm saying Layla, I think it's Lala. Sorry about that. Lala said she was offended, like, I don't owe you. I don't owe you my time, okay? I do not owe you that, all right? All right, I'm looking at all these comments down here, okay? So if you guys want something from somebody that will change your life, you got to be ready to make an investment in yourself, okay? It holds you accountable. It holds the other person accountable. That's why you make a contract, okay? If somebody, I'd rather let me just tell I'll tell you guys a little story, okay? It's not quite the same, but let me give you an idea of why I'd rather pay somebody instead of making it like, "Hey, can you do this for me for free?" I'd rather pay somebody, okay? Because if I pay somebody, there is an established process. We have a contract. We know what's going to happen. Okay? I would rather pay somebody, all right? Just like sometimes, people always call my husband, they're like, "Hey, do you know a plumber? Do you know a handyman?" Right? It seems like everybody in the barbershop knows everybody, right? And so sometimes we get these people, I'm like, I don't want the hookup. I don't want I want to pay for professional service. I want to pay with the expectation that when they say they're going to be done, they're going to be done. I don't want to save money and not get what I really want. Okay? I want the quality work. I'm going to pay for quality, okay? I don't want the hookup, okay? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, have you guys ever had a handyman, they say, "Oh, we're going to give you a great price." Then they're not showing up to work. Cuz guess what? Somebody else called them and this is more money for them. So why would they make less money and be committed to you or make more money and be committed to their family? Okay? It's the same situation. It is the same situation, all right? So I am going to stop here. I want to invite you guys, if you feel like the Lux program is right for you, I want to invite you to apply. Okay. The link is right here in the description. I want to invite you to apply. We are starting January of 2022. Okay. And ending on December of 2022. And it's a year-long program. Okay. And we're going to help you get your online life all the way together. And it is the road to six figures faster online. All right. So I am your host, Season Bennett, and this has been the Beauty to Bank show. And I want to thank you for joining. This is the number one place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. And I will see you next week, Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thank you.